Eight Ball Deluxe limited edition. Welcome to the city of corrosion. Corrosion conformity. So it had the original battery on here, which I have removed, and I wire brushed it. Look at all this. Look at all the corrosion that came off. It's all the way up to here and all the way up to there. More corrosion. I'm actually going to try and fix this board because even though it is got a lot of corrosion. Oh, let's check the LED flashes just for giggles. Turn it on. And look, the LED is on, but no flashes. So, and what we can do, put our meter on DC volts. Put my test lead there and put it on 40 pin up here of the connector on the 6800. Turn my meter on, that would always help. And what we're doing is checking for a reset signal, which we have. 5, it's high, 5 volts, so that means that the reset circuit down here is working, which is amazing because it's in the corrosion zone. So there's some other issue going on as to why the board won't work, but the reset signal is actually working because remember, you need 5 volts. 5 volts has to stabilize. And what it does is it holds the reset low for 50 milliseconds and then releases it high, which is pin 40 on the U9, and then that allows the CPU to start running. So it's trying to do that, but something else is holding it back. Is check where the ground goes. Now, even though the battery, which was mounted right here, did a fair amount of corrosion, it didn't eat up into the components. Like this is the reset section here and over here, and those components aren't eaten up. But we do need to check all the ground. So I've got my meter on continuity, and you can hear my ground. So here's a ground trace right here, goes up to here. Here's one that goes up to here. Good so far. Here's one right here that goes to here. Here's one here that goes right to there. Looking good into here. And up to here. That looks good. And then over to here, we got one here that goes to here. Then it goes to one of the pins on this guy, I think. Yeah, right there. You see on that socket may be bad. You might have a socket problem because I believe this pin, which is this one, should be grounded. Next one's here. This goes up to pin 1 of the U11, and you see there's no continuity there, so this trace here is broken. Over to here, that one's okay. That one's okay. Over to here, that one's okay. These guys are okay. So we've got a couple traces that are suspect. Maybe this socket, and probably this socket and or this trace. Now just pulling these two chips out, I can see like these 3 pins. Here, here, and here. I can see the green. So that's a problem. This one I can't see anything. But you know what you can do sometimes on these RNs is you can lift the plastic body off. Kind of look underneath. I mean, once you do this, pretty much just you're replacing the socket anyways. But just for fun, let's take this guy off. And yeah, like that pin I was telling you about, the ground pin right here, 4th from the right. Look, it's gone. It's totally gone. So this socket, look, here's pieces of the socket. This socket's wasted, and I'm pretty sure this one is too. I can see it. I don't know if this one will lift up. Yeah, probably will. Look at that. The frame comes up on this one too. And yeah, look, you can see these 3 right here. Look at that. The shot. And also over here. So this socket's got to get replaced, and this socket's got to get replaced. So I removed the 2 sockets for the 5101 RAM and the the U9 PIA. And then I cleaned it up with some sandpaper. Now you're probably asking, why aren't I trying to neutralize the all the corrosion with some vinegar or some mustard? You know, frankly, this board, no amount of vinegar or mustard in the world is going to fix this corrosion. This board needs to be bead blasted, and then probably with a light spray of some sort of a lacquer to prevent any corrosion coming back. But given that I'm at somebody's house, that isn't a possibility. So we're just going to try and fix it. So what I did is here, this trace was broken when we were checking the ground traces. So I'm going to check the other ones again. You know, I'm listening for ground. So here, ground there. Start over here, I'm sorry. Ground here, ground here. We just want to make sure that all these ground traces connect to ground. I want to hear buzz tone on all this stuff. And then we come over here to this guy right here. Then we come over here to pin 40 up here. Look, it's getting up here, all the way up to there. Perfect. Going to this guy. Going to this guy over here. So none of that appears to have changed. And also this guy right here. Did I miss any? Oh, yep, this one up here. Forgot about that one. So it looks like we got all our grounds going, and this, you can see how I fixed this one. I tagged a little piece of wire in there. I could see where it was broken, and now that's what gets us up to here. That was a big source of problems, and also this one was a big source of problems, but I think it had more to do with the socket. So now I'm going to put in new sockets, and we're going to try and boot the board and see if it fixes this thing. So I have our new sockets in here and here. Now you notice, I don't know if you can see it, but I mounted the sockets as high up as possible off the board. I didn't push the sockets all the way down the board. And I do that just because if I ever get this board back and I do want to bead blast it, I can almost get under there to access the traces from the top side of the board. But anyways, now what I want you to do is we're going to try power up. I want you to watch the LED and see if it does the flicker, and then it's 7 flashes. This will be our litmus test. Flicker, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Look at that. Son of a gun. You gotta love it when a plan comes together. Now you probably ask myself, how did I know that that was going to happen? Well, I was just judging from the corrosion. I could tell the corrosion had gone up the ground plane, but it really hadn't affected these components, you know, right in the corrosion zone here, much more than those two sockets. And it was all very visible. And when I pried the socket bodies off, you can remember when I pried these guys off, I could see exactly how extensive the corrosion was under the sockets, and it wasn't that bad. So I really thought it was serviceable. Now, is this board going to last? Probably not. I mean, it'll probably stay running for a few years, but I suspect that the corrosion is going to eat it up, and at some point it's going to need a replacement. But as of right now, it looks like we're up and running. Okay, here we go. Now note, since I don't have a battery in it, we get the rudimentary sounds, because it holds options 16 and 19 are held in memory for the sound. So, you know, I don't have that going on, but the game is working. Hard to believe, all that corrosion. So there you have it.